normally do this segment with my wife.
I am your wife.
Oh. Well, in that case, then, it's time for a Midweek Update! Welcome back, everyone. And as you can tell, Patty got a new hairdo. I didn't recognize her. She looks so good.
And it's not a wig like the kids were asking me. Is it a wig? I go, is yours a wig? Yep, I decided to do something different. And my gal helped me out and made it all white, blondie for me. So Patrick says it's good. So
I love it.
I'm getting
really
lots
do
of compliments.
love it. Yep.
So, and I had a couple kids that you just can't take what kids say. But I had one room go, "Oh," when they saw me, and then one group goes, "Wow." And then I had a boy actually write me a cute little thank you note, because that's what we're doing, you know, thank you notes to your teachers. It's the end of the school year, you know, something you've learned. He wrote one to me, and he goes, this cute little letter, and then he goes, "P.S. I love your new hair." So
over the weekend, Patty brought up that she was thinking about doing something different with her hair, and I suggested that she go, what do you call it?
Well, it's called platinum blonde.
Yeah. And because I thought it would look really good. And I think you were a little nervous because it was quite an extreme.
Yeah, because it was, you know, it was dark, but then over the months it would kind of get kind of reddish. And I just wasn't liking the color anyway. And I'm like, what do I do? And I had a hair appointment Monday night with my gal.
And initially I said, because normally I do dye her hair, and I'm like, well, let's go get a kit. And she's like, no, to go platinum. Did you tell me it was a 5-step?
Well, I did a little research, because when you said this, we were camping over the weekend, and I was on my computer doing a little research. How can I do this? Because I thought, in my mind, I'm thinking, if you go that bright, I don't want it to turn orange or get burn off, you know, and then you don't have any hair at all. So I did a little research, and it's a process. I mean, it was... She decided I couldn't do just a true color. She did a foil, if ladies know what that means. It's a type of highlight. She goes, I'm going to put tons of foil in it all over. So that's what she did first. And that took a long time because you take out a tiny little strip. But anyway, and then that had to sit. Then she wanted to make sure it blended, because down here in the back side it's a little darker. She took out the bottom, put something on it, and then rinsed that and let it sit. Okay? Then... I had to be under a dryer for a long time for the other part. Then when that came to that end, she started taking them out little bits by bits, and then she took it all out, and then she had to put on a toner, and then she had to put on a little more something else, and then more toner. So I went in at 6:30, and I don't have that late of appointment. I didn't leave till 9:15, and when I first saw it, because you know it's a big shock, and I hadn't seen it because she had me turned around, and it was still wet, it hadn't been cut yet into the style. I'm like, her name is Sham. I go, Sham, just shave my head. And she started laughing. She always calls me lady. She goes, now, lady, let me finish. And so she styled it. And then when I was done, I'm like, oh. But it just took a little, like anything. I keep looking in the mirror at first going, what? But now I'm used to looking at myself. And when I walked in, he's like, oh, my, look at you. I go, really? And then, you know, because he's my husband. But he did say it's hot. So
back to the story I was trying to tell you. She said it was a long process, so that was when I suggested she pay somebody to professionally do it. That's where I was headed with that.
Sorry.
That's okay.
But anyway, so I like it.
I do too. I think it looks great. So
yeah.
So anyway, Patty already said we went camping over the weekend.
We
tried a new state park in Ohio.
Yep, Van Buren State Park.
Cute
little park.
Yeah, I really like it. It's kind of small. The campground has just 2 small loops. One is equestrian. We found out actually though you don't have to own a horse.
Nope.
If there's a site available, you're allowed to camp in the equestrian. Mm-hmm. And honestly, it wasn't really full. Neither of them was.
No, and it was quiet at night, and it wasn't near a major road. It was it was nice, very nice.
Yeah, and we didn't do really any hiking, but my understanding was there was quite a bit of like hiking around a lake and not strenuous hiking, like flat hiking.
Well, and there was the lake, because they said, did you go see the lake? I'm like, there's a lake? So we didn't make it. But
we did make it to Finley Brewing, which was outstanding.
Amazing.
So that would be worth it for me.
Just to go back.
Yeah. The food, the beer, and we met up with our friends Randy and Shelley. We camped with them. And we also got to meet Mike and Al.
We did.
Yeah. who were camping in a 1985.
Yep.
And we had walked by, and I said to Patty, I'm like, I think that's a 1985 Lance. And then I'm like, oh, they've got the Watchdog like us.
Yep.
And then I go, wait a minute, they got the Fort Knox lock. Like, you don't see a lot of Fort Knox locks yet. And Patty goes, they also have the Anderson bucket. So they weren't around, but on Sunday before we left, we walked back over and we saw them. And so I struck up the conversation, and that's when Mike said, yeah, we know who you are.
And we met Willow, their beagle.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it was great getting to chat with them for a little bit. And yeah, now Patty's in her final week.
Amen.
Friday will be your last day.
Yep. And I just finished packing my last box. I'm done. That room is so empty. I got everything in a corner, labeled, ready to go like I'm supposed to. Stuff's off the walls because they decided, the janitors a few weeks ago, that stuff needed to come off the walls because they needed to repaint and do some serious deep cleaning. And I'm ready. I am ready. I have one more signature to get on my end of the year checklist, and I have to wait till Friday, I was told. So I'm good. I'm done.
And now we need to pack.
I know. Now I have to think. I'm like, I'm not even packed in the camper, so I've been so focused on the room. So
yeah, we'll get to it.
That'll be an easy one.
I did not like the way the RV towed on the way over with the new Anderson hitch, and then Randy and I noticed the trailer seemed like it was a little low, so we ended up changing out or raising the hitch a notch. Still not perfectly. But I'm afraid if I go up one more, I'm going to be just like this.
Yeah,
so,
it's just done
and
a
it
little
towed
bit in the
really
front.
good coming home.
That's what you said,
Yeah.
and we had a headwind.
It had a headwind. Part of the problem going over was we had really strong winds as well.
Yeah.
So I think we're ready to go. I've been cranking out some videos this week.
Yep.
I'm trying to get ahead. Our actual travel videos won't on Travels with Delaney. Those won't actually probably start until either the last week of June or first week of July. I've got videos already preloaded up through, I think, the 20th of June.
Wow.
And Memorial Day weekend, it's going to be a double feature. So it's kind of funny. At one point, I talked about not even putting a video up on Memorial Day weekend.
You have a double feature.
We have a double feature. So there'll be a video at noon on Sunday, like we always do. And then there'll be a Monday 5 p.m. Extra bonus video. Bonus. So the 2-gallon challenge. That's what I'm calling it.
Okay.
So, and yeah.
There you go.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. You know, everybody's going to be out camping this weekend, so I don't know how many people watch YouTube, but I actually thought I had this extra video. I didn't know where to put it. And I thought, you know what? If I was coming home on Monday night after being out camping, I might flip on the TV and watch YouTube. So
Which we did.
We do. So
Yeah.
So that'll be coming up. And then we will be heading out by Monday at the latest. And so big live stream is next Wednesday, June 2nd, 7 p.m. Eastern on Travels with Delaney. And we'll be meeting up with the Balberonas, Russ and Carrie, from Nail in the Foot. I always say Nail in the Foot now to try to help them out.
That's right.
Thank you to everybody who did go over and subscribe to
so nice.
Nail in the Foot, Russ and Carrie's new channel. I think they're up to over 180 subscribers. And so now Russ is trying to make that push to 1,000. And just some awesome content. In fact, today he posted a video of an abandoned school that had no roof. Like there's not much left to it. And I left a comment. I said, I think that's where Patty started her career.
Listen, boy.
So
Terrible.
yeah, but then back to the live stream and Bobby and April, and then obviously the big excitement will be the beard coming off. Well, both for me, I'm so excited. But the main event, I'm like the opening act. The main event is Bobby's beard, 17 years of hair coming off. So
Yep. He's ready. Well, I think he's ready.
yeah, I think he is. I think
You're ready.
I think he's sad. You know, I shouldn't put words in his mouth. I would guess there's probably a little sadness, but I know just in the short time I've known them, he's so excited for the money that was raised. He's more than willing to do it.
Well, and it'll grow.
And it'll grow back.
Yeah, he'll get it back. So
anyway, I think that's about it. Except for we got some mail.
we did. We got.
Do you want to read the card?
Sure. Make sure I got it. It says, Patrick and Patty, we just wanted to take a moment to express our thanks for all you do. From your product reviews, travel vlogs, and RV how-tos, to your midweek updates and wind downs, the information entertainment has been invaluable to those of us new to the RV scene. We appreciate the time and effort you put into this. Thanks again, Amy and Kurt.
Thank you. That's so nice.
And then she said, P.S. I found these socks. I'll zoom in a minute, or Patrick can put them up there. At Target yesterday and had to get them for Patty. Safe travels this summer. They got Truman and Bess and Patriotic.
They're perfect.
They're perfect. It's Truman and it's Bess.
Yeah.
And that is a riot. So thank you so much. I can't wait to wear them. So that's great.
You'll wear them on 4th of July?
If it was cooler, if it's cool, I'll take them.
Hey, me too.
Yeah, that is, buddy, that's you. He's the Statue of Liberty in that picture. So thank you so much.
So, yeah,
I think that's the only mail, right?
That is the only mail. Well, there was some junk mail, but nobody wants to hear about what coupon offers we got. So, buy one, get one at Big B Coffee. So, so anyway, so that's going to do it for, I think, this week. And next week, we'll have a midweek update. Now, I will say this. I think what you'll find, I think the bonus to being here on TWD Life is the travel videos, like I said, they're not going to start till later in the summer. And so, you know, if you just follow it on Travels with Delaney, you're going to be really, really far behind. I know that confuses people because people see an episode and be like, oh, you're in St. Augustine. Are you still there? And it's like, no, that happened like a month ago.
Yeah.
But here, because of the midweek updates, we obviously will be talking about what is happening right at that moment.
Live action.
And then also, it's very possible Instagram should be up to date, and somewhat Facebook. So anyway, if you are on any of those, so it's really Travels with Delaney is where it's really behind. So if you really want to know where we're at and what's going on, TWD Life and Instagram are going to be probably the two places where that's more up to date. Now, I know some YouTubers, they'll hold back their Instagram photos to coincide with, and that's way too much work.
That's too much
it's
brain
trying to
power.
remember.
That hurts my brain.
So, which also means you would have to have a lot of photos. Well, I guess if you always did that, you'd always be behind. I guess it would work.
I guess once you
I
get
like,
going.
I like taking photos and putting
At the moment.
putting them up.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah. All right.
Well, everyone, have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. I hope you guys get to go camping and you have wonderful weather, and just make sure you're safe. And until next week, we'll see everybody.
Say bye-bye, Truman. Say see you on down the road.
Bess left me with her bone.
I got
so,
the
sorry.
boy. He's
You saw her in the beginning. But all right, everybody, have a great Memorial Day week.